welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are doing a Valentine's Day / date night makeup look. I thought maybe I would film a tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I thought, why not do one for Valentine's Day? I feel like this is when a lot of people are wanting to kind of spice up their makeup looks, like do something really cute. So yeah, make sure to subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and if you want to see the look that we come up with, then just keep on watching. So don't mind my wet hair right now. I literally just got out of the shower, so I thought we would do skincare today too. I feel like I don't mention skincare a ton on my channel, even though I absolutely love skincare. I love skincare just as much as makeup, and your skin prep, your base, is extremely important with how your makeup's going to wear, how it's going to look, how it's going to go on. Doing skin prep is like the biggest thing I have found that has changed the way my makeup wears. So I thought we would do that together, and I thought I would do it while my hair is wet so that I can let everything soak into the skin while I go blow dry my hair. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with a toner. So I like to use hydrating toners in the mornings. So this is the Averani Balance Restoring Serum. This is tea tree oil, chamomile flowers, and cucumber extract. I feel like this is just a really nice, soothing, calming, hydrating serum to use in the mornings. But I love this one just to kind of rehydrate the skin and just to kind of add a little moisture, and you're just kind of toning it, balancing out everything, and really cleaning the skin a little bit more. Did I ship this product? This is what it looks like. I don't know if I showed it. I got an BoxyCharm, so I don't know how much it is exactly, but then this I just got literally this past weekend. I have been loving it. This is the Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Boosting Essence. So this is kind of like a toner. You can use it on a cotton pad, you can use it in your hand. Essence and toners are similar, but I feel like they do different things. So I like to use this just to rehydrate. It's good before you go with any kind of serum to make sure the skin is almost a little bit damp, just because damp skin will help everything to soak in a little bit more. So I just pour it in my hand and I just rub it onto my face and just kind of pat it in. So now that everything is like kind of damp, nice and hydrated, I'm gonna go in with a new serum to me. So this is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I'm so excited to try this, and I wanted to thank Merit for partnering with me in this video. So they sent this product over to me, and I have been hearing amazing things about this, especially on TikTok. So this has 2% niacinamide, which is great for brightening, 4 types of hyaluronic acid, which is so great for that deep hydration and really plumping and prepping the skin for makeup. It's caffeine-rich cacao seed extract, which is good for plumping, Japanese gold thread root for soothing and antioxidant protection, which is really good, and pH balance for healthy skin barrier. I've actually already used this, and I really like the way that it felt on my skin. So I think Merit has such beautiful packaging. It's very luxurious. So you're supposed to shake this really well just to combine. So I'm going to shake this up. So it's kind of like a serum-y texture, and it's going to be really good underneath makeup to really hydrate and get the skin prepped. It's almost like if a serum and an oil like had a baby, it would be this. It feels super nice. I am going to take it just a little bit underneath my eyes, just because I feel like I get, in the winter time, underneath my eyes gets super dry, like around my mouth and underneath my eyes, because I do live in like a colder climate. But if you want to check this out or any of the other Merit products that I use in this video, you can use my link that will be down below. I do get a little bit of commission off of that link. Just want to let you know ahead of time. Your first Merit order will ship with the signature bag, and then every order over $40 ships free. So I will have this link down below. Again, you can use my link down below if you want to. And then last 2 things for skin prep before, I know this might seem like a lot, but I'm telling you, skin prep is so important. Use the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. This is in the original one. They do have a pinkier tone one, and then they have a peachier tone, which is good for like medium to deep. But I love this eye cream. It's so hydrating and so brightening. So I just have that in really gently. And then I have this Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. I love using this underneath makeup. I know it's technically a mask, but you can use it as a moisturizer. So I literally just use like this much. And I love to use that underneath makeup because it's so hydrating, but it doesn't make me oily throughout the day. I'm gonna go blow dry my hair while I let the skincare sink in. I haven't put on sunscreen yet because I don't like to put on sunscreen right after my skincare routine. I like to let it sink in the skin a little, so which will help with like it not peeling, especially underneath makeup. So I'm gonna go blow dry my hair and then we're gonna get started on the makeup part. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my sunscreen after I've let that sink in. Even though it's literally so gloomy and dark here, I literally wear sunscreen every single day. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and get on with the makeup. So first I'm gonna do my eyes. I always do eyes first just in case you do get fallout. So I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. So I have been kind of liking like the fluffy brow-ish, like toned down version. And I always like block the camera when I do this. So I'm gonna try my best to be like aware of where the camera's at. But I'm going to take the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I like this one. I like the Anastasia one. They are very similar. I am going to brush through my eyebrows. I have pretty thick eyebrows. So, okay, the way that my hair is like all in my face right now. So I literally just like to take some on the back of my hand. I like to like really saturate the brush and then comb through. I don't like them too brushed up. I just kind of like them like fluffy. So that's what I'm gonna do real fast. I kind of have like a weird, I wouldn't say weird, but like I like to do this first, and then what I've started doing is like underlining my eyebrows, and then if I feel like I need to fill in after I've done the eyeshadow, I'll fill in. Sometimes I fill in my eyebrows, sometimes I'll just go in with the brow gel. And then I'm going to take the other spoolie. This does not have any product on it, and just kind of brush through them just a little bit more, just so they don't get goopy. Sometimes I feel like they build up in like the top of my eyebrow, and I literally cannot stand that. Oh, I'm just going to carve the eyebrow out. I love to do this. I feel like it really, I don't know, I just love the way that it looks. So I'm just going to take this Makeup Forever HD concealer. This is a very light shade. This is in the shade 10. It's a little bit too light for me. Like I'll use this like a brightening concealer, but I really like to carve out my eyebrows. So I'm literally just going to go like this. Very lightly. I don't use too much product. I just like to kind of clean them up. I feel like this like sharpens them without filling them in. And then I just take a brush. Literally anything. This is the Rare Beauty concealer brush, and I just like blend that out because I don't like the harsh line or anything. And then for the rest of the eye, I actually like to take more of a skin tone or something that I would use as like actual concealer and use that as my eye primer. So this is just the Huda Beauty one. So I'm just gonna prime my eyes with that. I'm just gonna take a brush, blend that out. Nothing crazy. I like priming my eyes with concealer. I feel like it actually does help makeup. Now if I'm doing like everyday makeup and I just want to throw a little eyeshadow in the crease or something, like I'm not putting on concealer or carving out my eyebrows. But if I'm wanting to go like more full glam like I am today, I will do that. And then I'm just going to take a powder. This is the One Size powder. I'm just going to take some of this and just set the eyes. I'm sure my black shirt is going to be coated in makeup. Normally I get ready in like my pajama shirt, but I thought I would step it up a little bit for you today. And that's it. That's all I prep my eyes with. So literally I've been doing that since, forever. Since Jaclyn Hill told me to. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start the eyes. So I'm wanting to do more of a bold lip. I have this Merit lipstick. And it's more of like a sheer like burgundy, like wine plummy shade. So I'm wanting that to be the focus. So I'm going to kind of keep the eyes a little bit more subtle, but like a little something something for a date night, but nothing like super smoky. If you want to see a smoky look, let me know. I can do a smoky like date night look. So I pulled 3 palettes. You don't have to use 3 palettes, of course, but I don't know, I can't make up my mind. So I have the Makeup by Mario, whatever, Master Mattes palette. I have the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and then I have the Vive 9Ts palette. So I don't know what we're gonna use first. This one is like very cool tones, and then the Makeup by Mario one is like a little bit warmer, and the Natasha Denona is like kind of the in-between of the two. And if you know, you know, the Natasha Denona one is like my holy grail. So I think I will start off with the Natasha Denona, and I think I'll go in with, it's not the brush I wanted, the crease shade and the blend shade. I'm just gonna take this on a big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M501. I know they're like, I don't know, a lot's happening with them, but I still love this brush. Oh no. Okay, I just cleaned my brushes like last weekend, I think it was, and the way that I can't wait for them to get dirty again. I know that it's not good or whatever, but everything blends so much better with a dirty brush. It's just like facts. I feel like everyone knows it. So I'm just literally like haphazardly blending that into the crease. And then I'm literally gonna take the same 2 shades again. I love doing that, like just taking the same 2 shades or like the same shade over and over with either smaller brushes or just building up the product. So I'm gonna now take it on a smaller blending brush, this is the Morphe M441, and just kind of, you know, take it tight in the crease. I feel like a lot of people like know how to do makeup now. I feel like people just like love, like I still love tutorials. I still love watching people do makeup on like YouTube, TikTok. I don't know. I feel like I've been posting more on TikTok just because it's easier. Not like easier, but YouTube's a lot more like filming longer, editing longer, and it's just literally a TikTok. I can film it and edit it in like 30 minutes. So now that we've applied those, I'm gonna go on with something a little bit deeper just to deepen up the crease a smidgen. I don't want to go too cool tones, so that's why I'm like, I have so many, is I want to keep it cooler tone but more like neutral cool. So I'm gonna add a little bit of warmth, and I'm gonna take this shade from the Makeup by Mario palette on the same brush and kind of put it in the same spot a little bit higher, just to add a little bit of warmth to the look. Yeah, see, I feel like this just added like this, just a little bit of warmth back into the eyeshadow. I feel like I do want to add just a little bit more depth since we're kind of doing like a date night look, but I still want to keep it really blended out. So I might go into this Vive palette and take a little bit of Low Rise, which is just kind of like a very cool tone, like taupey brown. And then I think I might take actually a little bit of this shade, which I know it's like you're mixing cool tones and warm tones. Yeah, why not? I'm going to take it on, this is a smaller tapered brush, and I'm going to start off the lash line, and then I just slowly go into the crease and just kind of define that crease a little bit more. I like the eyeshadow I'm like showing you is like my go-to when I don't know what to do going out eyeshadow, like just simple blended. Like I can do this look in no time like that. I don't know if I want to go any deeper with it in the crease. So what I'm going to do is, this is like my favorite technique, like the Natasha Denona, this like smoky shade. So this is like, I would call it like a really, like almost like a black brown, like a really deep cool tone brown. And I'm going to take this right up to the lash line, and I'm just using a little like black definer brush, and I'm just kind of taking it halfway there. So I'm stopping about halfway at my eyelash, and I'm making it a little bit thicker towards the end and then thinning it out as we get to the center. So literally thickest on the outer, thinner as you get to the end. And I went a little bit too thick on this side showing y'all, so let me just even it out. Okay, so I guess we'll have a little bit of a thicker one. Normally I do a little bit thinner, but I kept applying it to show you. So I'm gonna take this brush. I love this brush for this. This is, it doesn't say what it is, it's just a Luna Magic brush. I got a BoxyCharm, but it's just like this perfect, like, it's like a fluffy flat definer brush, and I love to use this to blend it, just like smudge. It's like the perfect smudger brush. So I'm gonna start off with nothing on my brush and just start blending it out, mostly on the top of it. This was gonna create that, like, that smoky, like a little bit of smoke while not doing anything like crazy. This is really like when you put, if you want to wear false lashes, if you don't want to, like I'm not gonna, but I feel like doing this really defines the lash line and really enhances your lashes. And I'm just gonna go back over this really fast. Even it up a little. I'll take a little bit of this like smoke shade in the Natasha Denona palette, which is just kind of like a deeper brown, and just smoke it out. You could go back in if you want it like a little bit smokier. You can go back in with that lash line shade on this brush and use it to blend it out. And then you can go on with the shimmer. I love the Patrick Ta shimmers. Just add a little bit of shimmer, but I think I'm actually gonna keep it all matte today. So I'm going to use the cream shade in the Makeup by Mario palette on just like a packing brush and just pack this on like the inner part of the lid. So this is definitely a little bit more smoky than I thought I was going today, but you know what? That's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to take the second brush we used, the fluffy like crease brush, and just soften those edges. And there we go. That's all we're doing. I am going to tightline. You could use black. You could use really anything you wanted. But I'm just going to use dark brown. I love this Makeup by Mario Perfect Brown Liner. It is sold out. And who knows when it's coming back in stock, but I love this liner. It's so creamy. I'm going to go on with mascara. To be honest, I don't have any favorite mascaras right now. I love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I love the Rare Beauty one. I love the Magic Extension ones from MAC. That one's really good. But I don't have any of those right now, and I'm using ones I don't love. I have a bunch from BoxyCharm that I never opened because I don't like having more than one mascara opened at a time. But I literally opened one, didn't love it, opened another one, I was like, I don't love this one. Like, I just don't love any of these. Like the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it literally does nothing. I feel like all it does is darken them, but I don't feel like it volumes or lengthens or anything. Then I have the Aether Beauty one, and I like this one. I don't love it. I don't think it does anything crazy. And then the Patrick Ta one is like okay. I mean, it's not bad, but there's something about this that it burns my eyes every single time. I don't know why. The best one out of all of these is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I like this one the most out of all of them. So yeah, that kind of sucks that all of those kind of are terrible. But I'm just going to apply some mascara real fast and I'll be right back. So I applied one coat of mascara. I did get a little bit on my lower lash line, but I'll fix that later. Or not my lower lash line, my lash line. But I'll fix that later. So now the skin is nice and prepped and everything has sunk in really nicely. We can go ahead and prime the face. So I'm going to go with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm literally just going to apply this here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you have oily skin, keep this away from your T-zone. I don't put this anywhere in my T-zone because it's just going to make me oily. Like, it's a glowy product, so it's going to make me oily. So I literally just keep it on the outer parts of the face. And then if you do bring it in too far, like by accident or something, that is why I'm waiting to go with my mattifying primer. This One Size primer, I love this one for long wear, for really filling in the pores. Like, this is one of my tried and true for long wear, mattifying, smoothing out the skin. So I'm just gonna take this in the center of my face. I rub it in and then I like to pat it in. So now that we are primed, we can move on to foundation. So what I actually like to do for fuller glam days before I do foundation and concealer is I like to go in with a more skin toned or almost deeper concealer. So this is like the best thing I have found. I don't have any correctors, but for under eye circles, one, you in turn like end up using less concealer because you have already corrected the blueness. So this is in the shade, I have the NARS concealer in the shade Vanilla. So this for me is not a brightening shade. This is literally like my skin color, or even maybe just a smidge deeper. So I'm going to use just a little bit of this and just put some literally right there. Sometimes I'll put it around my nose just to correct any redness. And then what I also like to do with this one is if I have a pimple or anything, so I have this one that like just doesn't want to go away, and I have one right there. And I'll just let those sit, and then I'll go over it with foundation. I don't blend them out. I literally just let them sit. I like to use that one. I like to use my Laura Mercier one. I like to use my Lancome one. Just something that is a lot closer to my skin tone, or even a little bit deeper, just because it's going to help correct. It's not going to, like when you use a brightening concealer over top of something you're trying to correct, it's just going to brighten it. It's going to enhance it. So correcting or canceling it out first and then brightening it is the best way. So I'm just going to take my sponge. This is the, I can't remember, I got this on Amazon, so I'll put like a picture of these ones in my in it, and I'm just gonna blend this out. So I'm actually gonna use this NARS Sheer Glow foundation, the shade Oslo. I heard that this is getting discontinued. I don't know if that's true or not, but the light reflecting one is really nice too. I just, you know, I'm going for a little bit fuller glam today, so I thought, why not use this one? I love this one for, I feel like this is like the fuller glam version of the light reflecting one. So I'm just going to take my Makeup by Mario brush. I love this brush. So like that has like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that has like such nice coverage. Go over everything with a sponge. So I, just so you know, gets any extra product and helps everything to just really sink into the skin. Okay, so now we're going to brighten. I'm going to use this Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Royal Icing. So obviously, you know, you don't have to do this part. You can skip it if you want, but I just like to brighten a little. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I did keep all of my foundation away from underneath my eyes, my T-zone, because that's just going to help everything to not get cakey. And honestly, the thinner the layers, the better it's going to wear. So if you're piling, it's going to get cakey, it's going to get heavy, it's just going to be too much. But thin layers is like the biggest lesson I learned with makeup. So I kept all of my foundation away from like this area, and I feel like I got that tip from Jackie Aina, and it's literally so good because I kept getting oily throughout the day, which to be honest was like also skin prep. Like I literally can't stress it enough. And then also because I was just like taking on too much, and it was just getting heavy, and it was just separating and getting oily throughout the day. And she mentioned that tip, and I have used it ever since, and honestly it has helped out a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have to put in a headband because this clip keeps sliding out of my hair and I just can't do it anymore. So I might look a little crazy. I feel like I look like an egg. Like I have an egg head. So like it literally looks so good. It doesn't look heavy or cakey. It just looks really nice. I don't know. Anyway, so now we're gonna go with cream bronzer. So I like to do, I don't know what it's called technically, but like cream contour, setting it with a powder bronzer. Like I know it seems like a lot, but it really doesn't look like heavy or anything. I just feel like this really helps to make everything last a little bit longer. I mean, like bronzer and blush fades really fast, I feel like. So I'm actually using this Merit brush. I got this last year. They sent this to me last year, and I really do like this for cream bronzer. It reminds me a lot of my Huda Beauty. But I'm just gonna take this Patrick Ta cream. As you can see, she's very flat. And I'm just picking some up, blending it on my hand, and then applying it. And we're just gonna start pushing that into the forehead. Oh, I love this Patrick Ta one. I think it looks so nice. I am going to be a little bit extra just because, you know what, I'm filming for you guys, so why not be a little extra? You can most definitely skip this part if you want to. This is the Rare Beauty. This one is in the shade Power Boost. This one is very warm. So I am drawing this on. Sometimes I draw it on. Sometimes I put it on the back of my hand. It's kind of just however I feel. But this is like really going to warm it up. So again, you can totally skip this product, or I like sometimes will do this. Sometimes I'll just use one, but you know what, why not? And I do really like this Rare Beauty one too. I feel like it does blend really nicely. And then of course we're going over everything with a sponge, because who would I be if I didn't? Okay, and then I got some new like cream blushes or liquid blushes whenever I went to Ulta this past weekend. So I got the Benetint from Benefit, and then I also got the NARS Orgasm blush, and this is the liquid one. I think I'm gonna use this one. I actually like the Benetint. I used it the other day, and I know a lot of people say it dries super fast. I honestly really liked it. I didn't have any problems with it drying faster than I can blend it. I'm just taking this on the back of my hand. And I actually like this NARS one too. I liked both of these. And this is a Fenty Beauty. Ooh, okay. I picked up a lot. This is the Fenty Beauty like face shaping brush, I think. Yeah, 125. And I'm just gonna... So I actually picked up too much, so I just kind of applied it with the brush, and now I'm just gonna go back over it with the sponge, and that looks really nice. Like everything is blending so nicely today, and this might seem crazy to you guys, but I really think it's because of the skin prep. I know I did mention it, but I really think it's because of the skin prep. I might top this. Listen, I'm a blush girl, so you can skip this part too, but I think I actually might top it with a little bit of the Benetint. I'm just gonna do boop boop. Take my sponge. See, I feel like it blends really nicely, but it could be because I literally waste no time to blend. And then it's definitely like a very liquidy formula. I used it on my lips, and I really liked it then too, because it's like a stain almost. I don't feel like it stains my cheeks. I just think that it's very good for like long wear, and they have a bunch of shades, but I just got this one. Okay, so now it's time to set this face. I have oily skin, so again, I gotta set the face. And I have the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom one, and I have the Huda Beauty Cupcake. Sometimes I use both, sometimes I use just one. I think I'm gonna use Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom for me on its own can be a little bit too pink. So I like to mix it with something either translucent, or I'm gonna mix it with this Anastasia one in the shade Translucent. This is like their white one, so I'm just gonna mix these two. You can use this little like powder puff thing. I will say for me, I don't feel like this is like a game changer. Or you can just use your damp sponge. A lot of times I'll just use my damp sponge, mix both of these. Like, look, I have a bunch, and then I'm gonna blend this out on the back of my hand a lot, and then just pat it underneath the eyes. And I feel like it's just as smooth. I mean, I feel like if I literally want full glam, I can use this one, because this is almost like, it's almost like baking but not baking, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a little bit different. I can show you guys. So I pick it up, again, still rubbing it off, and then you just kind of like press it in. So I feel like either way is fine. I just feel like this is a little bit I don't know, this one's almost a little bit more, it's just a little bit more full. That's like the best way I can say it. Now, Sometimes I skip this part, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on the day. But I am going to set my face with the One Size powder foundation in the shade something. Fair 1NR. Literally just like super light. Just so when we go, sometimes I feel like if I don't, and I go over with like a powder bronzer or a powder blush on top, sometimes it can grab. So I like to just to smooth everything out. So I'm going to take this big fluffy brush. Did I get a powder bronzer? I think since we did 2 cream bronzers, I'm just going to go in with this Hourglass one. This one's a little bit more like sheer glowy. And I really like this one. It just has like a little wash of color. Nothing crazy. And then one thing I am going to use, so I have loved this since they sent this to me. Like, I'm not just saying this because they partnered with me in this video, but the Merit Highlighting Balm in Kava, I love this. So what I do is my camera ran out of storage. It was a whole hoopla. So I went ahead and finished up my eyebrows. I just added some brow gel to them. And hopefully you heard me talk about this Merit cream highlighter. This is literally one of my favorites. I know they're sponsoring me or partnering with me in this video, but they sent me this product last year and I've been using it ever since. It is so good. It is literally like the most just natural, healthy lit from within glow, and I absolutely love it. I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok use it, and it's honestly so good. It's not glittery. It's literally just like a like skin tone like highlighting balm. It just looks so natural. So real fast, the last thing we're gonna do is add blush. I've gotten a few new blushes. So I have like these ColourPop Sweetheart blushes, and then I got this from Too Faced. This is the Cloud Crush in Golden Hour. I think I'm gonna use the Too Faced ones or the ColourPop ones because they're just like cute Valentine's Day. But I think I'm gonna use, I already have quite a bit of blush on. I think I'm just gonna use Sweetheart and Cupid's Bow mixed together. They're honestly really nice blushes. So I'm just gonna put it, I kind of keep it a little higher up. Just, you know, personal preference. And I love blush. And blush is like the first thing to know. And then of course, blend everything out. And then I'm going to spray my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is just going to make everything last all day long. Okay, so now we're going to, the last thing is lips. Now, I didn't do anything on my lower lash line. If you want to, that's fine. I kind of prefer like a bare lash line on me. But, you know, it's all personal preference. But the first thing I'm going to do is going to go in with this MAC Half Red. I love this for like shades that are a little bit bolder, but they're not super bold. So this is like kind of like if I like, ooh, I need to stop talking. Hold on. MAC Half Red, and then I'm going with this shade Fashion by Merit. So I love these lipsticks. They're a nice like sheer wash of color. I feel like they're good for people who even aren't huge into lipsticks, but they still want some color. So even though it's like a bolder shade, as you can see, it's like very sheer. It's just like a nice wash of color. And I already, these other two I bought myself. I bought Baby and Millennial, and I love these shades, so I knew I was gonna love this one because I love like the formula. It's very hydrated, it's very creamy, just enough color to add that pop, but nothing too crazy, and it feels really good on the lips. And my lips were a little dry, not gonna lie, because I forgot to put on any lip balm. So yeah, again, I will have all the Merit stuff and everything I use linked down below. You can use my link for the Merit stuff, and I do get a little bit of commission, but you can use that link to shop through and support me. And again, every order $40 or more ships free, and your first Merit order you will get the signature bag. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.